Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be going a different route from the NFL videos I've been watching. Going to check out some comedy videos. So today's comedy video is going to be from Burr. No reason to hit a woman. Looking at the comment section in this video, I take it that this video was about the Me Too movement. I mean, from what I saw in the comments. As a guy that lives in Africa, that has been in Africa throughout my life, I'm a Nigerian. We don't really have Me Too. We don't have a Me Too movement. So my fellow countrymen may not really get some of these jokes. I don't know what the jokes are, but my fellow countrymen may not really get some of these jokes because it's probably be connected to what's going on in the Western countries. But as someone that consumes a lot of Western media, I consume a lot of it. So I definitely know and understand what the Me Too movement is. Now that some people that think Me Too has gone too far, I mean, I don't really know. I don't stay in countries that the Me Too is active. So I just want to, I want to laugh a bit. I know it's supposed to be funny because Burr is one of the greatest comedians of all time. So I hope he's going to deliver. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, help this African guy out, and also hit that notification bell to get any new videos that I release at any time. Let's get to it.
The maddest she ever got at me was one time she was watching this show. It was like a poor excuse for The View, and they started talking about domestic violence, right? For the 9 millionth time this year, they're talking about domestic violence, just in case, you didn't get the memo, Evidently, just some people didn't get it. It's not okay to slam your wife's head into the cupboard drawers because she didn't dry the can opener off properly, It's gonna fucking rust, right? How do you not know not to do that shit? Do they really have to keep talking about it? It's like wife beaters watching. Oh, fuck! Ah, now I get it. Ups a daisy, sweetheart. Here we go. There you go. Oh. So at the end of the hour, they come to the logical conclusion. They're like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head.
That's true. But don't do it.
You could wake me from a drunken stupor, I could still give you like 9. Dude, there's plenty of reasons to hit a woman. You just don't do it.
Don't do it.
But to sit there and suggest that there's no reason. Dude, the level of ego behind that statement. What are you, levitating above the rest of us? You're never annoying.
I'm telling you.
Women, how many times have you thought about slapping your fucking guy in the head this week?
Oh.
There you go. Every day. You didn't do it, right? Oh, dude, it drives me nuts. There's no reason. There's no reason. Really? No reason? How about this? You marry a girl, you fall in love, you buy her a house. You go to work every day, paying off the house. You come home one day, she's banging the next door neighbor, hands you divorce papers. You got to move out, sleep on a futon, and still pay for that house that she's going to stay in. No reason.
Damn.
I'm not saying you should do it.
I know as a guy, as an African guy, we don't have this kind of divorce laws. Like, we don't have this kind of divorce laws. I mean, I cannot imagine it. I can't even picture it. Like, working my ass off, getting a house, doing all that shit that a man is supposed to do, and you come back from wherever you went to, your work or whatever, come back and your wife is banging some other guy, and she can just get up the bed and tell you, look, divorce papers, I'm divorcing you. What? And you still have to still pay for the house, still pay out what? Alimony, pay out. Oh, that is crazy. That is crazy. I mean, Westerners are like, I mean, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do with your lives, obviously, but when I see Westerners that get married without any kind of prenup, I mean, they've got lots of balls, man. Like, because it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. I mean, as maybe if I was, maybe if I grew up in America or Canada or any of those countries, I may think differently. But as an African guy, like that is unfathomable. Is that English correct? Unfathomable.
But there's plenty of fucking reasons in that arc of a story. All right, that was a hypothetical. You want an actual story? I'll give you one. All right, I fucked up my foot playing drums, trying to get my bass drum foot as fast as John Bonham's, because I figure that's a good thing to focus on. 43 years of age, never married, no kids. I figure this is going to lead me to the light, right? This is what I need to do. So I don't know what I did. I felt like...
He's married now. Was he 43 at this time? Then what age? I think because this video is old. This video is a very old video. Doesn't mean that he married in his 50s. Please, any of you that know that, can you tell me in the comments below? Because this video is, I think this video is up to, this particular performance is up to 10 years old. I think so. So if he hadn't married at that point, if he was 43 at this point, then he's married in his 50s. Wow.
To the hospital, I'll sleep it off. Be fine, right? Next morning I wake up, my foot's even worse. And I gotta walk my crazy dog. So I'm like, I can't do it, my foot's killing me. So I wake up my girl, go, sweetheart, can you do me a favor? Can you walk the dog for me? Can you just take the shift? You know, I'll do your afternoon shift. Can you just do me this solid? Can you do this for me? And she's just like, oh. You know, I had a late night last night. I'm tired. I have a big day. And I just go, fuck it. She goes, what do you mean, fuck it? It's like, why can't you just say no? Why do you always gotta like waterboard me with like a 20-minute explanation that eventually winds its way around to go, fuck yourself? Just say no. So I'm just limping out of the room. Whatever, go back to bed. You got a big day, right? So now I'm like limping down the street. I got like Tourette's, fucking goddamn bullshit. Dog's walking next to me. And I gotta admit, I got a little childish. I did. I got a little childish, you know? I was just thinking about my relationship. I'm like, this is the relationship I'm in? You just gonna do whatever the hell you wanna do, right? And fuck me? Fine, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I wanna do. I feel like listening to my iPod on full blast, walking around the house. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's what I did. Turned it all the way up, and my whole plan was just to walk by her like I didn't even know her. That was it. She came down the hall, I just ghosted her. Just walked right past her. Just trying to piss her off. And I gotta tell you something, worked like a charm. Worked like a charm. Yeah, hung my coat up, turned around. By the time I turned around, she was already yelling at me. But the music was so loud, not only could I not hear her, it actually looked like she was singing the song that I was listening to. Oh, it's one of the highlights of the relationship. So I knew what she was saying. I was like, whatever, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. I'm going onto the computer, right? So I limp over and I sit down, and unbeknownst to me, she's like, no, we're going to talk about this right now. Comes out, poof, and slaps the headphones off my head. I got big ears. It fucking hurt. So I'm like, honey, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Put the headphones back on. She comes right back up again. Poof, slaps them off a little harder. This time they spin halfway around my head. Caveman DNA starts coming up. Talking through my teeth. Honey, leave me alone. Don't want to talk about it, right? Put them on third time. She comes out. Poof, slaps him right across the room, and I snap. I'm like, fine. You want to have the fight? Let's fucking have the fight. She's like, we will discuss this later when you calm down. Ah, right there. I just wanted to roll her up on her yoga mat and stuff her behind the couch. Just leave her there until she got thirsty. Come on, let me out of here. I have a spin class. You've made your point. This is ridiculous. No, that's the thing. Really is. That's the thing. I hate that saying there's no reason. Obviously, I'm not saying to hit a woman, you know. But saying there's no reason, I think that's crazy. When you say there's no reason, that kills any sort of examination as to how two people ended up at that place. If you say there's no reason, whoo, you cut out the build-up, you're just left with the act. How are you going to solve it if you don't figure it out? Look how awkward it is in here right now. I said you shouldn't hit a woman. I'm just saying, how come you can't ask questions? You can only ask questions about what the guy did. You can never ask about the woman. Why is that?
That's true.
Why is that? What is that? What does answer him right mean? What does that mean? Are you the idiot who got up halfway through the special during the bit and you're like walking around like I'm not fucking taping a special here? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Fucking had to ignore all of that and now you're gonna like yell out? And not only that, yell something that makes no fucking sense whatsoever? Answer him! Answer him! Every fucking special I do, there's always one. Always right down the fucking middle. Talking about hitting women, sweetheart. And I think you just added another reason. Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
that was a very, very good segue. Like crazy. That was like hi man, like this is real talent. This is real talent. Being able to turn that incident, you know, into a joke like that. I mean, like that was nice. That was nice.
I'm not even in a relationship with her, and she's fucking nagging me. Fucking unbelievable. Look, I understand hitting a woman's a bad thing, okay? How come you can't fucking ask questions? I just don't understand. Like, if I get bit by a rattlesnake, wouldn't you guys have some questions? Right? How did it happen? Did you not see it? Were you fucking with it? How did this snake get so mad it almost killed you? Firemen put out a fire. They don't just drive away afterwards. They sift through the debris. How did it start? Here's an oily rag, right? Look, I realize I'm coming off pretty ignorant right about now. I realize that. Let me extend an olive branch then, okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible guys, you know, have a rough day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole,
That's
and
true.
just start swinging. All right?
That's true.
I'm not trying to say that those people don't exist. I realize they exist. They should be buried underneath the prison, okay? So if I can admit that, ladies, can you at least admit that every ass kicking doesn't just fall out of the fucking sky? Really? Even hockey has 2 minutes for instigating, right? They understand that some back and forth happened before that shit, you know?
I mean, he's making points, yeah.
Is every case is handled like that Rihanna one, where they just say, the guy's a piece of shit, fuck this guy, blah, 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 send him to jail, and then they never ask anything about that. You know, I'm not saying he should have done it, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude, in your heart of hearts.
I think it's well known. It's well known that Rihanna was beating Chris Brown. It's well known. I think that is well known. Now, I'm not saying Chris Brown should have, you know, laid hands on her, but I mean, it's making some points here. Like, men are just expected to just sit down there and take it because they're men. Like, personally, in my own life, what I do, I just leave the place. I leave if it's the house, I leave the house for her. That's what I do. I don't try to, you know, instigate and keep instigating it. I just leave the house, you know, until when she calms down, when she feels like I can get back to the house, then I'll be back, probably.
What do you think was going down before that happened? You think she was just sitting there going, oh my God, Baskin Robbins, you want to get some ice cream? You know? Or do you think maybe they were having some epic end of the relationship fight and some crazy shit was being said? Maybe she was screaming in his ear some crazy female shit like, oh, fuck all your friends, I don't give a fuck. Maybe that's why I sell more albums than you, motherfucker. Right? To be fair, she could have just been sitting there going, I need a tissue. Do you keep those in the glove box? Oh my God, I'll bring my out. Now, fuck that, because you know what it is? They never address how women argue, which I think is the core of a lot of that shit. You know? And I got to tell you something, man. Like, I never knew how women argued. But after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued. I'm going to tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around. I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it. But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about. Maybe you don't get along with your dad. And in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed. This desperate Hail Mary attempt to make you so fucking mad, you just call them a cunt. That's what it is. And cunt trumps all the bullshit they did to start the argument. Now it's not about that. Well, that's no reason to call me a cunt. And then that's it. You're in this room now, right? My girl knows my big thing is, my big fear in life is to be that dude who grows old, you know, grows old alone, has like that basement apartment, just screaming up at the younger couple, turn it down! That isn't music! So I noticed that anytime she was losing a fight, out of nowhere, she'd just be like, well, that's why you're just gonna grow old and be alone. Then I'd lose my shit. The next thing you know, I'm in the kitchen washing dishes for the 9th fucking time in a row. This is what the argument was about. I was so right. What happened? So if you learn anything from my ignorance tonight, just know this. Next time you're in a battle with your beautiful woman, your wife, girlfriend, whatever, and they start out of nowhere, okay? You're winning, and they just start saying that crazy shit out of nowhere. Just know in that moment you've won the fight, okay? All right? Don't get mad. Bob and weave, slip all of that shit. Maybe because you got a little dick. Just let that slide. Stay in the pocket of the argument. Okay? It's over. The argument is over. You've won. Just take a knee and run out the clock. All right? Yes. Lean on the ropes.
Yeah, I
let
mean,
them punch themselves out.
Yeah, just
and
leave.
then in the end, you throw their psychology right back at them. Well, maybe we should discuss it later when you calm down. And they won't hook up with you for a couple of days. Who cares? Who cares? You rub one out. Rub one out like a man. It's the champagne of victory.
Guys, that was great. That was great. I mean, like, what do you guys do? I know I'm just starting this channel, so I don't really have views yet, but I want to know what you guys think. Relationships are relationships. Couples fight. It's part of it. Nothing you can do about it. So when that happens, what do you guys do? Do you stay? I mean, like, guys and ladies, if there are any ladies watching this, like, what do you think? Because at the end of the day, those arguments and those kind of fights are inevitable. So, I mean, what can you do? Me, in my own case, I just leave. Go to my family house or go to wherever, but I just leave. I just can't do it. I can't lay hands on the person, obviously, and I can't just sit down there and be taking abuse. So what would I do? I leave. So what do you guys think? Leave it down in the comments below. Start that discussion down in the comments. Let me know what you would do or what you do in your own life when it comes to this kind of, domestic disputes between partners. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.